Jason, I just received drafts of my estate planning documents, my trust. What am I looking at here? What do you have here?
Okay, so you've either received them in the mail or more likely uploaded into your MyCase account.
Right.
And so here's what you're going to be looking for. So a little overview of the document. So the first thing you're looking at is your living trust. Okay, this is the big part of what we're doing. It's the document that keeps you out of probate. Okay. And as you're looking through it, just read it sort of in order. Look for the big parts, the who gets what, the who's in charge. First pages are going to talk about your family, that you can revoke it, you can amend it. Then what happens during your life, what happens after the first one of you passes away, which is essentially nothing. Right. And then what happens after you pass away, after both of you pass away, for your kids and any specific gifts that you're doing. That's usually in sections 4 and 5. Sure. The second half of the trust is all about who the trustees are, who's in charge. You and your wife right now, or you if you're a single person, and then who you're naming after that. Okay. The last thing to look at with the trust is usually the back page, the schedule of assets. Okay. And it basically has a list of the things that you're putting in the trust. Okay. And so you're not going to need to read every word, but if you like to read every word like some people do, it's time to do it now. And the great thing about MyCase is you can comment and ask questions on every document. Yep. Okay. The second document you're going to look at is your will. People are going, why am I doing a will? I thought I was doing a trust. Yeah. The will serves a different purpose. Tells us about your family. For people like you and I, our minor children, who the guardians are going to be. But it also says, if I forget to put something in my trust, put it in my trust even after I die, or pour it over. That's why it's called a pour over will. Serves like a backup. So, pretty basic document. Now, these are two really important documents: the Advanced Healthcare Directive and the Durable Power of Attorney. And these are basically documents where you've said, if I become incapacitated, if I lose my ability to think for myself, and a doctor has written a letter saying so, I want my wife or my child or whoever you've named to act as my agent to make decisions for me, to protect me. It's usually your spouse first if you're married, and then your kids. It only kicks in on your incapacity. A couple of things. The language in the Advanced Directive is agent. This person is my agent. And the most important part of this document is usually on page number 3, section titled End of Life Decisions. And basically it talks about, I recognize that medical technology can keep me alive beyond natural limits, and it talks about what your wishes are there. So you're going to want to read that. Usually there's a provision that we've suggested, and it's a place that you initial, but I highly recommend that everyone read that, even if you're not a read the every word kind of person. Okay. The other document that goes with that is the power of attorney for financial decisions. There's a term in here I always like to explain called, I give my attorney in fact. That is not me. It's not any of the other attorneys that work in the office. It's the same as the word agent in the other one. It's the person that you've appointed to make decisions. Difference between this one and the healthcare is this is for financial things. Healthcare is for healthcare things. And so as you read through the power of attorney for finances, it just goes through every type of financial institution or asset you could have. It said, make good decisions on my behalf if I can't. Gotcha. Last document that's usually uploaded is what's called a quitclaim deed. During the original meeting that we had with you and your family and with our clients, we always tell them we're going to transfer the property, their real property, whether it's one or more deeds, into the trust. And that's how we do it via quitclaim deed. It's just a way of saying I transfer anything I own on this property over to my trust, which is very important because that's the way we avoid probate when we die. There's also a document we send called a preliminary change of ownership report. A lot of times this is not uploaded, but it's something that you'll see when you sign. And it says, hey, let's preserve our property tax basis when we transfer the property into the trust. Those are the documents you're going to be looking at when they're uploaded initially. Pretty intuitive, actually. Our program drafts them in a really basic way. But if you have questions, you call us, put comments on your MyCase account, or you ask us when you come in.